Lenape, the Eastern Delaware Nation. There's been over 11,000 years worth of nations here. This was the last nation to inhabit the area. They only stayed were here for about 200 years before the Europeans drove them to Ohio. These are all locals that live here now. 150 of them came in the parking lot and they blessed the whole mural. They did their smudging ceremony and they've done that 2 years now, which is kind of cool. They go by their native names, like this is Two Waters. Oh no, that's Two Waters, Toolbox. I call that guy Bigfoot because I made his foot way too big. That's Wolf. And then that's Smudge Master Bear there, and that's how they do it. They have like turkey feather with like different herbs and stuff, like sage. And you can see where some people aren't done yet. Up there where there's heads. And there's a lot of that around the mural. James Bressler here did his last dig when he was 94 years old. He's an archaeologist. And that's why we know that how many natives have been here, because people like him. And I go in the fields and it's really fun. You can go to the fields next to the river, the cornfields, and find arrowheads, net sinkers, vessels. And I do it with usually West Branch students. We bring them to his house. And, we record him and he tells us what everything is. And we're going to concrete all those artifacts on the wall there. You can see where he's actually holding onto a celt. And that celt's 4,000 years old. And eventually you'll come with your iPhone or your iPad, you know, and you'll be able to scroll across, hear him saying this is a celt from the Woodlands tribe, you know, so the whole mural will eventually be multimedia. You'll notice the halo up here on Rapid Water. Rapid Water was alive when I painted her on the mural, and then she passed away and the tribe came out and we painted the halo together. So when you see halos on people around the mural, they were alive on the mural and then they passed away. Except for the 9/11 section. I have kids that came in from all over the world with a PAC program at high school. And these are some of the things like peace, love, and happiness in Korean. That's the Williamsport is like the tranquil river in Indian. Nobody can judge me except for God. And you know, those different things. Dave Manyfight was the elder of the Warrior Mountain. Dave, great-great-grandfather traded the land to Pennsylvania in the Nippenose Valley area. He also gave me my native name, which is Michael Many Colors, because I'm usually covered with paint all over the place. And honor me with an owl feather that he's going to be catching here eventually. And I'm going to paint a little kid holding a painted version of that owl feather. They believe the creator gifts you something one day you'll be skipped again. My friend Jimmy Lay sandblasted these turtles. He's going to do a lot of stuff like that for me around the mural because they were called the Turtle Clan. I'm not saying if you have any questions for anybody, yes, just ask. The most important thing are the kids' handprints. When they come off the school buses, you know, we say you're looking at people from the past and the present, and your handprints of the future. And we point to the empty windows and say, one day we hope to paint you up there. So there's this. The murals are always ongoing. You know, if I were to be hit by a car tomorrow, my school or other artists would carry the task to add people. Kids are finding mica in the river. You know, that stone that peels apart. And we're starting to glue it to the river, so at night when you walk by, it kind of twinkles. Joe Firekeeper here has kept the fire going in here for over 13 years. It's never gone out. The embers have always stayed hot, and he's responsible for lighting all the padlocks. This is the first art and healing on the mural. Marshall Post was nominated by a lot of people. How that works is people write me and tell me who they think are inspirational. I go through locals and historians, and we pick those people out. He was written about for two reasons. In World War II, he was a gunner on a plane. He did over 150 missions over Suribachi, which is unheard of. He came out of that war like most veterans and said, you can never be a winner of a war, only the better loser. He had 5 major heart attacks before he was 50, and he asked God, he's like, God, why am I so alive? Why am I so fortunate with my family? And successful, and he came out of that with every person I meet from this day forward, when they walk away from me, they're going to have a smile on their face. So for 40 years, that's what he did, was make people smile. And 60 kids from Sheridan Elementary and Montourville High School wrote him letters that said, Marshall, we heard you were nominated to be on the mural because you make people smile, so we want to write to you about people that make us smile. And they did, you know, love your friend Jimmy or Sarah. And I brought this camera to his deathbed, and his daughter was reading him the letters while I was painting them. He's a fly fisherman, so these are flies that he tied. That's his handprint. He wrote this poem especially for the mural that his grandson struck in after he died. He died the first day of fishing season, so his halo is made of fish doing the infinity symbol. That yellow paint turned into a smile that smiles forever. His grandchildren's footprints are here. They're in the lens of the camera. He's taking a picture of his girlfriend across the street waving at him there above the lemons and the red, and his daughter in the purple there, and his son in the blue above the, or different things bounce back and forth. This little girl here. So the teachers are going to be the age they teach on the mural. Sandra Young, and these are her students. These are all worn out, but we got a photograph and we're going to put them on outdoor material and reprint them and put them up there. But we had 80 paintings from her kids, and these are the winners of things that they thought were inspirational in the community. This is Russ. You can see where a truck hit the wall here. From the drive-through. Russ is the one from the bank, from Woodlands Bank, that got me started. Now he's on my board. That's on my bookboard, which is awesome. Kyrie Hall up here. Kyrie sadly died while playing basketball here. At a basketball game, he had a heart attack. Had a heart murmur his whole life. And right when I read about him the next day, I found him on MySpace and put him up there. But I saw hundreds of kids came in the parking lot, told me stories about him. You'll see where I moved him. And that's him as a kid. I painted her pretty good right now. This is a section of face. In 1968, the New York Times said that Williamsport had more churches per capita than Florence, Italy. So these are my favorite churches from the area, and it seems like Florence, Italy. This is a synagogue. This is Rabbi Singer. And the Jewish faith, you know, they believe there was a lamp that was supposed to burn for a day, but it burned for 8 days, which is Hanukkah. So I'm starting to paint that, seeing his glasses. You can see the one candle here. Here's the other 8 candles. My friend who does fiber optics is putting fiber optics in it. So the first day of Hanukkah, hopefully one of them will light up. The second day, another one will light up. The native is one of these creatures representing their faith, plus 4 others I got to put in there. See that ugly guy there? Yes, sir! Jesse's over there on the wall. There's the wheelchair and the yellow hat. He's a national champion bodybuilder for cerebral palsy. And he also wrote a book called A Mind on Wheels. Stop by later! You can see the crosses on the hill, and Bernstein's glasses said the Muslim moon, the star. The whales. When we found all the arrowheads and the net sinkers for the kids, we also found all the fossils and the seashells and stuff from the Sufi Ocean many years ago. So after the fiber optics go, we're going to put a wall down here made out of all the fossils. Reverend Wheatley, Reverend Joe Harris, and Father Mano really helped bring the churches together in this area at a time when it was needed. See Father Mano's riding his Harley Fred. And there's Jesus, Pontius Pilate, Barabbas. So if you're on the stations, the cross will be reflected in Harley. Kate Jackson was the grandmother of Bethel Church. Diane Benaz is the highest ranked woman Buddhist monk in America. She has a temple right here in Hempstead. Mamie Sweetie Dix teaches the Underground Railroad, and she's waving across the street to my sister's kid posing as a slave girl waving back. And above her is Mamie's great-great-grandfather, Daniel Hughes, who 1,000 slaves went through his home here to freedom on the Underground Railroad. And they would also follow the North Star to freedom, so the North Star is